Hello students, good morning. In previous class, previous lecture already we discussed about what is the atoms, okay, which is constituent particles present in the atom, okay, and all these things we have, okay, in previous class already we discussed, okay, and what is the John Dalton's, okay, atomic theory, what is the subatomic particles, okay, present in an atom, constituent particles, so already discussed in previous class, mein, okay, in previous classes, understand? So today we'll discuss about the what molecules, about the molecules, okay. So all of you know about na atoms, about the atoms. So you know about molecules in previous class also, है ना, we had discussed, हम डिस्कस कर चुके थे, okay. तो you know about ना what is molecule. तो molecule क्या होता है कि when two or more than two atoms, when two or more than two atoms, elements, okay, a substance combine together, then the formation of what, new substance. So that substance is known as what, molecules, okay. तो व्हाट वी कैन से दैट, और क्या कह सकते हैं हम कि व्हेन टू और मोर देन टू एटम्स विथ आर सेम काइंड और डिफरेंट काइंड, व्हेन टू और मोर देन टू एलिमेंट्स, ओके, या एटम्स या सबस्टांस विथ आर सेम काइंड या डिफरेंट काइंड्स, okay, after the combine together, then the formation of what, new substance, new product, that is known as what, molecules, okay. Just like example, this is the gas, hydrogen and hydrogen atom combine together, then the formation of what, H2. The H2 is what, molecules, because the formation of two atoms, two molecules, understand, same kind of atoms, then the formation of molecules. In the same way, okay, another example, let's see, okay, just like H2, this is also molecules, H2 and O2 combined together, then the formation of what, H2O. This is also a what, molecules, so which are same kind or different kinds, okay. Another example you have to lay, say just magnesium combined with the oxygen, different kinds of atom, okay, a molecules, then the formation of magnesium oxide, MgO, understand. So this is the what, formation of, what is the formation of molecules, okay. So in this way this is given by the combination of different atoms, and let's understand the origin and nature of the characteristics, and what is the characteristics of atoms. Electromagnetic radiation absorbed or emitted by atoms. When atoms are emitted, absorbed, then what is their, okay, electromagnetic, what is the nature, radiations, understand. So let's we discuss about now, okay, we will discuss about the subatomic particle. Just like you know about now कि subatomic particle या constituent particle which present in an atoms, you know about now subatomic particles, okay, given by the John Dalton atomic theory. So Dalton atomic theory was able to explain कि the law of conservation of mass, you know about now what is the law of conservation of mass. In previous class also you had learned कि according to law of conservation of mass, कि mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. Mass can neither be created nor be destroyed, only is transfer one form to another form, okay. So law of constant proportion, law of multiple proportion, है ना, all these things we have to also learn in the previous chapter, okay, chapter 1, all, okay, all these things. So it failed explain the result of many experiment, it is failed, okay, for result the many experiments. Just for example, you know about now, it was known that substance like glass or ebonite, which substance, glass or ebonite, when rubbed with silk, you know about now, glass or ebonite rubbed with the silk, then what happens, when rubbed with the silk, glass or ebonite rod, then generate the electricity. What is the formation of what, electricity, okay. The many kinds of subatomic particles were discovered in the 20th century, okay. They matlab they creates a charge, positive and negative charge, okay, after the rubbing with the silk with glass or ebonite, then the formation of what, charge, which charge is positive or negative charge created, यानी कि they attract to each other after the rubbing. तो in this section we will talk about the particles, namely what is known as electron and proton, वही है ना, after the rubbing then the formation of what, okay, attract to each other means negative or positive charge, electron or proton, okay. So let's we'll discuss about discovery of proton, कि what, how can you discover a proton, है ना, understand. So let's we discuss discovery of proton. So you know about now how can we discover a proton, you know about proton is the positive charge, that it is the subatomic particle of the atom which is present in the where, nucleus of atom, protons, okay. Let's see here in 1830, okay, Michael Faraday showed that electricity is passed through a solution of an electrolyte. You know about electrolyte, electrolyte means you know about कि जैसे acetic acid या H2SO4 which dissolve into the water, या copper sulfate, any salt solution, zinc sulfate, okay. तो that solution which है ना by through क्या, electricity can pass, है ना, electricity जिससे के द्वारा क्या हो सकती है, पास हो सकती है ना, that solution which allow to pass the electricity, just like zinc sulfate, copper sulfate, है ना, या HCl, H2SO4, that's, है ना, so that's electrolyte. So chemical reaction occurred at the electrodes. You know about now chemical reaction occurred at electrode. You know about now, and there is the two, है ना, in a cell. You have to say these are CNC in a cell. जैसे कैडेनियल सेल या इलेक्ट्रोकेमिकल सेल, देयर हैव टू इलेक्ट्रोड्स. ओके, one is the, है ना, positive charge, that is known as anode, and another is negative charge, that is cathode. है ना, cathode and anode. Positive charge known as anode, and negative charge carry, that is known as what? Cathode. And there is the, है ना, connecting the electricity. Okay, electrical conductivity occurs in this through these two electrodes, and there is the electrolyte solution. Okay. तो आफ्टर द, है ना, पासिंग द इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, वही कह रहा है, आफ्टर द पासिंग द इलेक्ट्रिसिटी केमिकल रिएक्शन अकर्ड एट द इलेक्ट्रोड विच रिजल्ट इन द लिबरेशन एंड डिपोजिशन ऑफ द मैटर एट इलेक्ट्रोड्स. तो व्हाट हैपेंस आफ्टर द पासिंग द इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, देन लिबरेशन पोजिशन ऑफ मैटर एट इलेक्ट्रोड. इलेक्ट्रोड के समय क्या होता है? डिपोजिशन. मैटर का क्या होता है? डिपोजिशन होता है, अट्रैक्ट, है ना, टुवर्ड्स द इलेक्ट्रोड. ओके, तो ही फॉर्मुलेटेड सर्टेन लॉज विच कैन यू विल स्टडी इन क्लास 12, है ना, सर्टेन गिवन द लॉ. ठीक है, दैट्स यू हैव टू स्टडी इन क्लास 12. ठीक है, दिस रिजल्ट्स व्हाट? Okay, nature of electricity can as okay insight into the structure of atoms was obtained from the experiments on electrical discharge. क्या होगा? insight to into a structure of atom. atom के हम देख रहे हैं what कि experiment on electrical discharge through gases. okay, when we क्या करते हैं? experiment through the gases, electrical charge through the gases. okay, then what happen? Before we discuss these results, we need to keep in mind two basic rules. You know what now? What is the basic rules? okay, which like charge and unlike charge, you in previous class also you have to learn the like charge क्या, repel to each other, and unlike charge attract to each other. just like a plus plus या minus minus क्या करेंगे? repel to each other. but in case of negative sign, just like a plus minus, minus plus, they are what? attract to each other. you know about ना these things. तो many है ना scientists mainly Faraday began to study electrical discharge. okay, electric discharge. okay, in partially evacuated tubes. he है ना is given the experiment okay through the electrical discharge tubes known as the cathode ray discharge tube, and this experiment is known as what? cathode ray discharge tubes. So it is given also depicted in the, है ना, figure कि cathode ray tube is made of glass containing two thin pieces of metal. cathode ray tube is made of what? cathode ray tube, है ना, there is the two metal electrode, okay, called the electrodes sealed in it. okay, okay, तो cathode ray tube is made of containing two thin pieces of metal called the electrodes. You know about now the electrical discharge through the gases could be observed only at very low pressure. There is the how many pressure? Low pressure they are applied inside the cathode ray tube. okay, and very high voltage, at a high voltage, very low pressure and a high voltage, low pressure and high voltage. So the pressure of different gases could be what? adjusted by evacuation. Understand? When sufficient high voltage is applied across the electrode, then what happens? You know about now? There is the given there. Here is there is the here is the figure given there. You have to see now. what is this? is the cathode. this is the, है ना, cathode ray tube. whole experiment is a cathode ray discharge tube. you know about now this is this side of particle is known as cathode, which are carry negative charge, and this carry positive charge, that is known as anode. So when electricity pass okay through the low pressure and high voltage, low pressure at a high voltage, given the high voltage, then it passes through the electricity current pass through the cathode to anode, in negative terminal to positive terminal. okay, cathode to anode at a high voltage and low pressure. okay, so what happen कि a gases is created inside the what? cathode ray tube. तो एक stream particle moving in the tube from negative electrode to positive anode, है ना. तो these were called the cathode ray or cathode ray particles. So these electrode is known as what? cathode ray or cathode ray particles. So the flow of current from our cathode to anode was further checked, making a hole in the anode, coating the tube behind the anode with the fluorescent. what happened कि after है ना we see कि electricity is passed inside the cathode ray tube from cathode to anode, यानी negative terminal to positive terminal, है ना, at low pressure and high voltage. understand? तो after we have to what? कि after the coating, okay, in the anode side you have to coating behind anode with the fluorescent material. Fluorescent material you know about, just like a zinc sulfide. okay, this is the fluorescent material. After passing through the anode to strike the zinc sulfide coating, then what happened कि after electricity is passed okay from cathode to anode, तो this electricity strike with the है ना fluorescent tube, fluorescent okay material, just like a zinc sulfide. then what happened? ए ब्राइट स्पॉट ऑन द कोटिंग इज डेवलप, क्या होती है वहाँ पे, ए ब्राइट स्पॉट इज डेवलप इनटू द है ना एनोड साइड, okay, that is the coated material. After electricity is struck through the coating material, just like a zinc sulfide or fluorescent, then is struck, okay, suddenly what happen, a spot, what bright spot is created, okay, in just like this coating is also developed in the television, okay, this coating fluorescent या zinc sulfide fluorescent material also coating in क्या where develop into television. तो so when we what on the television they suddenly क्या occurs a brightest spot brightness, bright spot you know about ना in television also occurs in the television, ऐसे दिखाई देती है bright spots. तो ये क्यों हो रही है, तो यही एक्सपेरिमेंट दिस एक्सपेरिमेंट शोज हियर इज गिवन दैट, सी हियर ना कि आफ्टर द व्हेन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इज पास थ्रू कैथोड नेगेटिव टू पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल एनोड at a high voltage and low pressure and fluorescent, this is the coating of fluorescent zinc sulfide. After the striking of the electricity in this tube, so what happens, a bright spot is created, okay. So what is the result after this experiment, so it result is given there, the results in this experiment are given. What result, first the cathode rays start from cathode to move towards the anode, okay, cathode rays, these rays themselves are not visible, ये visible नहीं होते, invisible, but their behavior can be observed with the help of certain kind of material, but their behavior, but the cathode ray है ना, तो but their behavior is also observed by the which fluorescent tube, just like a fluorescent material, just like a zinc sulfide है ना, कि which glow when hit by them, कि when electricity that's like a cathode ray tube, cathode ray है ना strike with a zinc material, zinc sulfide है ना, fluorescent tube, fluorescent coating material, then क्या ए क्रिएटेड ए स्पॉट्स है ना, सॉरी ब्राइटनेस स्पॉट, ठीक है. तो टेलीविजन पिक्चर ट्यूब्स आल्सो कैथोड रे ट्यूब, तो टेलीविजन पिक्चर आल्सो देयर क्या कैथोड रे ट्यूब, एंड टेलीविजन पिक्चर्स रिजल्ट ड्यू टू द फ्लोरेसेंस ऑन द टेलीविजन स्क्रीन कोटिंग विद द फ्लोरेसेंट है ना और फ्लोरेसेंट मटेरियल. तो आल्सो दिस है ना ऑब्जर्वेशन वी हैव टू सीन है ना, वी सी इन द केस ऑफ टेलीविजन है ना, देयर इज आल्सो ए व्हाट fluorescent tube, cathode ray tube also we can say that, क्या suddenly we have to है ना open the television, on the television, then क्या suddenly there is a spot है ना brightness है ना, spot brightness is occurred. तो why this occur, due to the है ना these rays when cathode ray passing, okay, and a striking hit by the okay these tubes zinc sulfide या fluorescent tube, then it's है ना suddenly gives the bright spot brightness, clear. So this shows what this shows given by the कि what is given by कि in the absence of electrical or magnetic field these rays travel in a straight line. What is next point, कि in absence of electric, if electric field and magnetic field not present in there, then light rays travels in a straight line. Also we know that कि sunlight या any ray है ना which also travel in a straight path, a straight line, okay. Next, in the presence of electrical or magnetic field, the behavior of cathode rays are similar to that expected from negatively charged particle. इसका behavior कैसा होता है, when electricity pass through the cathode ray tube है ना, then this cathode ray just behaves like a electron, यानी negative charge, okay. तो that cathode ray consists of a negative charge particles called electron. और ये कैसे behave करते हैं, this cathode ray just behaves like a negatively charged which are known as electrons, clear. Next point, कि the characteristics of cathode rays electrons do not depend upon the material electrodes and the nature of gas present in the cathode, okay, tube. Or what you can say about कि characteristics, what is the characteristics of cathode ray, this is don't depend on the material of electrodes, कि electron का material क्या है, what is the material है ना material electrodes and nature of the gas present in the है ना cathode ray tube, okay. So these are not है ना depend on the that substance, that material. Thus we can conclude that electrons are basic constituent of all the atoms. So also we can say that what कि electrons are the basic constituent, okay, main constituent, basic constituent of all the atoms. जितने भी atoms all have present electrons, basic constituent which carry the negative charge. Understand that? Also we can say that cathode. Understand? You have any problem? No. Okay. Let's we discuss about next topic, that is known as charge to mass ratio of electron. कि what is the charge to mass ratio of electron? Understand? So you know about ना कि first electron now we have to previous topic we have discussed कि electron was discovered by the cathode ray tube in cathode ray tube. Okay, by the है ना experiment given by the which experiment given by the Faraday's. Okay, but actually electron was discovered by the J.J. Thomson. Understand? British physicist J.J. Thomson measured the ratio of electrical charge. He also है ना कि what is the है ना ratio of charge and mass of electron. You know about ना कि first we discuss कि what is the electron first we discover of what is the charge, because you know about ना कि any particles या any materials any substance have a charge and mass also exist in there. Any substance of matter in this world कोई भी substance हो also present their mass and charge also there. Understand? So in this case also we discussed. Okay, we will discuss what is the charge and mass ratio of electron. So you know about measure the ratio of electrical charge E है ना and their mass of electron Me. Electrical charge denoted by E and mass of electron Me. Using cathode ray tube and applying electrical and magnetic field. When we applying electrical magnetic field perpendicular to each other, so the path of electrons. Okay, Thomson that argued that amounts of deviation of the particles from their path in presence of the electrical magnetic field. तो उन्होंने क्या he observed them after है ना applying the electric or magnetic field है ना many conclusion. Okay, there presence of the electric or magnetic field. What is given there? First, the magnitude of the negative charge on the particles. The magnitude of the negative charge on the particles greater the magnitude of the charge on the particles. See है ना? The magnitude of the negative charge. You know about what is the magnitude of negative charge? What is their value? Okay, strength on the particle greater the magnitude of the charge on the particle. जो चार्ज होगा पार्टिकल का है ना उससे क्या होती है ग्रेटर मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ है ना दिस नेगेटिव चार्ज. ओके कि ग्रेटर इज द इंटरेक्शन विद द इलेक्ट्रिक और मैग्नेटिक फील्ड एंड इलेक्ट्रिक व्हाट इंटरेक्शन विल बी ग्रेटर. ओके दैट इज ग्रेटर इज द डिफ्लेक्शन. सो क्या होगा डिफ्लेक्शन विल बी ग्रेटर इफ व्हाट charge magnitude of the charge is क्या greater than the magnitude of the charge of particles, then what happen greater is the interaction with the electric or magnetic field, thus what greater is the deflection. तो deflection भी क्या होगा greater होगा और deflect भी क्या करेगा greater large. Understand? Just like a see है ना this is experiment given by the okay cathode ray tube just like a है ना given by the J.J. Thomson. Okay, when we applied in that experiment applied the magnetic field. Okay, north pole and south pole applying there. Okay, this is the cathode negative charge and carry positive charge. High voltage occurs due to at low pressure. Then what happen after the passing electricity through the from the cathode to anode? Then what happen in presence of the electric field या magnetic field, there is magnetic field. Okay, then what happen this is the fluorescent skin. You know about now this is the fluorescent skin, fluorescent tube also. After the striking है ना तो in fluorescent tube there is a strike what suddenly creates a bright spots. Understand? इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक और मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. तो ये क्या कर रहा है कि ग्रेटर या डेविएशन. तो डेविएशन क्या होगा ग्रेटर दे है ना डेविएट्स लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ डेविएशन अकर इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ है ना मैग्नेटिक फील्ड या इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. ओके आफ्टर द इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास या मैग्नेटिक फील्ड थ्रू द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. क्लियर? तो लेट्स सी अनदर व्हाट इज द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक द मास ऑफ द पार्टिकल लाइटर द पार्टिकल ग्रेटर द डिफ्लेक्शन. व्हाट इज एग्जाम मास ऑफ पार्टिकल. पार्टिकल का मास क्या होगा लाइटर द पार्टिकल लाइटर द पार्टिकल ग्रेटर द डिफ्लेक्शन. ठीक है मास क्या होगा पार्टिकल का अगर पार्टिकल से क्या है लाइटर है हल्का है तो क्या होगा डिफ्लेक्शन विल बी ग्रेटर. अंडरस्टैंड क्या होगा डिफ्लेक्शन ग्रेटर होगी. नेक्स्ट क्या करना है कि द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रिकल और मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. व्हाट इज द कि द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक एंड मैग्नेटिक फील्ड द डिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स फ्रॉम द ओरिजिनल पाथ इंक्रीजेज विथ इंक्रीज इन द वोल्टेज अक्रॉस द इलेक्ट्रोड्स और द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. अंडरस्टैंड क्या कर रहा है ये व्हाट इज गिवन देयर कि द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल कि व्हाट इज द पावर है ना स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मैग्नेटिक एंड इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड द डिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स फ्रॉम द इट्स ओरिजिनल पाथ. डिफ्लेक्शन क्या होगा डिफ्लेक्शन डेविएट्स है ना इंक्रीजेज विद द इंक्रीज in the voltage across the electrodes. When we applying high voltage, when voltage will be higher, then also what कि their deflection will be increases of deflection of electrons from original path increases. वो भी क्या होगा डिफ्लेक्शन इंक्रीज करेगा ड्यू टू द हायर वोल्टेज क्योंकि हम हायर वोल्टेज अप्लाई करेंगे. व्हेन वी अप्लाई हायर वोल्टेज देन डिफ्लेक्शन विल बी मोर. अंडरस्टैंड अक्रॉस द इलेक्ट्रोड्स. तो और द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड आल्सो वी कंसीडर व्हाट कि स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड व्हाट लार्ज है ना इंक्रीजेज हाई. Understand? No problem in this case. Okay, I hope you all are understand. Okay, we will discuss next. Okay, next observation, next what is the day ratio, okay, in next day. Okay.